talk to you today about these little tiny chemicals inside your body that will make or break your day. They are called neurotransmitters. I've talked about them before. I spent a long time talking about them at my teenage anxiety talk on Thursday night. And they are seriously the most important chemical to determine if you are having a good day or a bad day. Okay, they're called neurotransmitters. How many of you have heard of them? They are produced in 3 parts of your body. They're produced in your gut. You have neurotransmitter receptor sites in your eyes. And they are controlled by something called the NMDA receptors at the base of your brainstem, up here at the top part of your brainstem. And if these neurotransmitters are off, what ends up happening is you can feel anxious. You could be in a situation where you're like, I should be happier than I am right now, but for whatever reason, I'm not perceiving happiness. I hear this a lot from people. You could have memory problems. A lot of people notice that they just walk around throughout the day feeling really blue and there's no particular reason for it. But the cool thing is because they're produced in your gut, because they're produced in your brainstem, because they're produced in your eye or the receptor sites in your eye, you can start to do some natural things to get your body producing these neurotransmitters on your own. Without the use of supplements, without the use of anything other than your own miraculous body, okay? So the first thing you gotta know is what do these transmitters do? I already talked about it. They really control concentration, pleasure, calming, memory, euphoria. All of that is a chemical. You are a neurochemical being. All of that is a chemical reaction, okay? Second thing you need to know is what the heck is depleting these things, because if you're depleting them and you stop doing that, then you can actually start to produce these on your own. For example, did you know that when you're born by C-section, you actually don't get the good bacteria from your mom that should go in through your nose when you come out through like a vaginal birth? There's good bacteria that goes in through the nose and it goes down into the gut and it starts to fertilize your gut. So if you were born by a C-section or you have a child that was born by a C-section, you have to do more of what I call add-ins more than anybody else. So it's really important that you pay attention when I get to the add-ins. Okay, second thing, what's killing the neurotransmitter production in our gut are GMO foods. So every time you go out and you eat and you don't know if you're getting organic or not, or every time you buy some processed foods at the store that's not organic, you are destroying the good critters in your gut bacteria that produce these happy hormones or these happy chemicals. Okay, antibiotic-rich meats, or even the antibiotic crap you put on your hands. What's that stuff called? The antibacterial soaps. All of that, our fear of the bacterial world is actually causing more damage to the neurotransmitters in our brain. So in our obsession to get away from infections, what we've done is we've killed the good bacteria that make us happy. Hence the reason we have so many depressed people and so many people on antidepressants right now. Okay, concussions. If you have a child that had a concussion, or you've been in a car accident, you had a concussion, you got to really know that now that's going to bring down your neurotransmitter production, especially the happy ones. Same thing with things like TextNet, where you're doing this all day. What ends up happening is you damage these receptor sites at the base of your brain that produce these happy chemicals. And then, of course, how many of you are sitting inside all day long? So when you're sitting inside all day long, you're not getting any sunlight in, you're getting tension on your brainstem from sitting with your head forward, you're shutting down neurotransmitter production, okay? So here was what I told my teenage anxiety group on Thursday night is, can you see why so many people are depressed? Can you see why so many people have an anxiety problem? Because it's a neurochemical imbalance. And how you change that is by changing the production of these neurochemicals. So, and it's easy, it's not hard. So, do things like add in some fermented foods. You have an army of good bacteria in there that want to make these happy chemicals. If you feed them, they get stronger, they start to produce more happy chemicals. How easy is that? Sauerkraut, kombucha, kimchi. You need to, if you don't like it, you don't like those? I'd eat them anyways. Like they're that good for you. A chiropractic adjustment. Do you know that when you've been in a car accident, when you've had a concussion, when you're sitting all day, when you're doing text neck, you're causing so much strain on this upper part of your cervical spine that you have shut down the calming, GABA is one of those, the calming neurotransmitter, and you've overstimulated the glutamate receptors that are excitatory. So a chiropractic adjustment balances that out so you feel calmer. Those of you that go to a chiropractor, you feel this, you know this. Like when you leave a chiropractic adjustment, you're like, oh, I feel better. Well, there's actually a physiological reason for it, and it has to do with getting more calming neurotransmitters in your brain going immediately. One adjustment, it can happen that fast. Take a probiotic. You all should be doing that on a regular basis. I highly recommend you shift your probiotics around. Don't take the same one forever and ever and ever. Take one for a month, then the next month maybe you don't take it, and then the next month you take a high-powered one, and then the next month maybe you take a low-powered one. Changing those probiotics around. And then the last thing is get your butt off the chair, get out into the sun, get the receptor sites in your eyes. Don't go day after day after day not being in the sun. Get out into the sun. If that's a problem, you live in somewhere that's really cold, get a happy lamp. A happy lamp, you can get it on Amazon. I have one at my desk that when I'm working from my home office is shining on me all the time. Okay? So if you're in a bad mood and you're like tired of being depressed, you're tired of being anxious, you really are looking for some like hands-on alternatives, here you go. There's a lot. There's a lot you can be doing, and what we tend to do in our society is we tend to blame the circumstance. And I'm here to tell you that that happiness is an internal job. You got to do it from the inside. You manipulate this, and all of a sudden this starts working right. Okay? Hope that helps. Let me know which one of these is your favorite, because I got a bunch of you guys that are doing this already. I've been teaching my patients this for the last about year. So those of you that are in my resetter group or you've been applying these, let me know which one's working best for you. Have an awesome day.